just Ruto must go, is beyond just getting to presidency, that we must start having conversations on our agenda for the country moving forward. That even within political parties as we sit right now, Jubilee should be thinking about, apart from having our presidential candidate up there, we must scout for other leaders who will be voted within Jubilee, who will push this country forward. That if you're having MCAs who will be running for office, we want the best MCAs who will represent various counties at the county level to ensure that counties spur. That if it's members of parliament, that when they get to parliament, they will not be captured. There will be individuals who will oversee policy formulation that will change the country moving forward. If it's senators, women rep, overall conversations about individuals getting to office is what we must be talking about right now moving forward.
And I can't be able to say it in a better way, but that now is the crux of the matter, and that is why every political party must go. I talked about Kakoigo, where I had got to support an MC who wants to run on a Jubilee ticket. And I can tell you, when Uhuru told me to be the deputy party leader as not the SG, even the fact that some within the united opposition were very happy because they thought it is a less position where I cannot exercise my thought on people like Matiang'i, who now that I know they believe different, they can see differently. He told me to go to the grassroots and handle the operations within the grassroots. And that's what I'm doing. That's why I'm saying I'm going out. I'm now in Daragwa. Even as I come back here, next time I'll be coming from Daragwa. What is it that we are doing? Identifying readers. And it's not an extortion link, because some of these parties are really extortion links. The kind of money people pay to get a microphone to speak when a leader is there is hilarious. There is no Gen Z who has a chance there. And anybody wasting time there and calling himself a Gen Z or herself a Gen Z and think that you're going to get a chance, where are they going to get the 10 million shillings that are being coughed? They're just from school. They have never been employed. They have never gotten a contract. Nothing. But they have something that they can offer to this country. And I can tell you that is a kind of opportunity that we want to give within Jubilee Party. Because I have reasoned to 20-year-olds. The other day I was invited by Citizen Radio. Was it Radio? Yes, Radio. It wasn't TV. Radio. And I went with 3 of them. One 21-year-old, the other one 28-year-old, the other one 25 years. I said, just sit here. One of them want to be an MP Westras, the other one MCA. And if you sit and listen to these young people, they have ideas. They understand the problems. And we need to give them an opportunity. We cannot continue, asking for millions of shillings as a party and then pretend that we are going to have a different kind of leadership. When Matiang'i said sometimes ago and said, "Mumechagua wash," and you are going to, it's happened. Today, I want to say it here. We are talking about goons in this country, but we have goons who are elected as members of parliament. So they have their colleagues in parliament. So when they organize, it's very easy for them to just call goons within minutes, because we have goons within parliament. Fine, is their constitutional right to be elected. But if we choose as a country to be led by goons, then we are actually going to get an economy of goonism, everything goonism, and we'll eventually end up with an education system that produces goons. I mean, that's why I'm saying, let us take this to the people. Let the people decide who their president is going to be. And the other mistake, in fact, the other difference between me and Ligiji is that he believes in pointing people and saying, huyu ndio tutachagua hapa. Wengine wote hawana maana. And of course, that I don't do. Let people decide who their leader will be. Because I believe that in so doing, one is that you have allowed the constitution to play out among the people. 2, the people will own the process. And they will also give time to that process to bring change, because changes cannot be brought overnight. The damage that we are in cannot be rectified within a day. You need to move along with the leader, but that leader must be the leader you chose, a leader you trust, a person who is not going to steal. I believe that we have now a generation of people who are not just out to come and steal and feel good. We have people who want to come and make a change in people's lives. The oversight that is there with Kenyans will not even allow some of the, unless you are really a good who doesn't bother. Anitaiba upende, ile wanasema utadu. So I will be happy if Jubilee plays a part in that process. And I would really be happy if Matiang'i also plays a part in that process of bringing in a new team of people who can bring a change in this country. Of course, even for him to do that, he must have all of us on board. It's really a question of a teamwork. Kila pahali. And I feel a little sad, and sometimes I get worked up, because when we were doing some of these things within Jubilee and people did not understand, and we ended up with a necessary hostile takeover, it has slowed us down. We lost a minimum of 6 months, and if we didn't slow down, Jubilee will be way above all the manenos that we are seeing.
What would have happened to put them way ahead? Let me now say
this before I finish. You see, I talked about United Opposition as an organizing, not organizing, a mobilizing unit. That role has been taken over by leader Mwananchi.
So United Opposition doesn't have a role anymore?
No, they have, but there's more excitement with leader Mwananchi.
Okay.
For sure, even when you're reporting. There's more excitement. I can actually see why even goons are being unleashed on them. They are now the ones that are exciting the country in terms of mobilizing. But in terms of organizing for how we take over power, political parties still have a role. Because even after being in leader Mwananchi, you go home to a political party. If there is no political party you are going home to, wewe pia ufikiria haraka, kwa sababu siasa ya Kenya haichezwi namna hiyo. Lazima ukibie nyumbani, na nyumbani ni kwa chama. Na hiyo ndio ilikuwa some of the people we are with in the United Opposition were also the people who wanted to kill Jubilee, because they were killing that nyumbani pali watu walikuwa nakibia. But I'm happy that I am being vindicated, and what I'm now doing at Daragwa Command Center, which we are calling Jubilee Daragwa Command Center, is now to do what I always wanted to do: bring up leaders, protect the party, and let the Kenyans decide who their presidential candidate is going to be. Now you will see things coming from Daragwa. We have received delegations, na wanaendelea kuja wengi.
Okay.
Next weekend we have people from Kajiado and Kisii, and Meru is coming. All of them, they're coming.
You obviously believe in your candidate.